What up, YouTube? Good morning. Welcome to Monday. It is 6:30 in the morning. I've been up for a while, actually. Trying to figure out. I'm so stupid when it comes to devices and whatnot. I'm turning my giant television area into like this mediotainment center. That's not even a word, mediotainment. But anyways, I set up a PC to be used as a server for, I guess, media streaming purposes. You guys don't give a fuck. I'm looking at something a little new today. I got a request that came in. This was a dono request. Always appreciated, never expected or necessary. But we got David, who requested Blue October Fear Acoustic. I know nothing about Blue October. I know a little something about Fear, a little something about acoustics, but Blue October, that's an interesting name of a band. If you think about it, because October is a fall month, and those colors are reds and oranges, and you don't get into the blues until winter. That has nothing to do with anything. Anyways, so I'll dive in a second here. Do me a favor, if you're new to my channel, if you're not new to my channel, run over to their page, Blue October, and always support the artist first. If this is a well-known group, I haven't been privy to it, so or artists or what have you. Yeah, but always support the artist. If you like what I do, like over there, comment down below, subscribe. Helps out the channel. Appreciate it very much. Now more than ever, I got off a very long, exhaustive conversation with YouTube last night. That's a long story. We'll get to that. I might dedicate a video to that, so you don't have to hear me bitch and moan in this one. Let's go. I don't think he's playing yet. I think he's tuning. Or preparing to. Okay.
You know, when we've been talking about a lot of things that have happened in my life and everybody's life, you know, but when I said earlier that I wanted to start painting what it feels like to be content, you know, I made some changes in my life and just decided to take away the crutches that were holding me down, and instead of picking me up, I had my daughter Sadie, and this song was written. It's probably my favorite song that I've ever written, but I'm very
I had a dog, my favorite dog growing up. We had two dogs, Sadie and Max, both golden retrievers. They left one day for like 3 weeks. We saw like a few days later Max had got hit by a car. We had just assumed Sadie. We lived in a canyon that literally was just littered with coyotes, rattlesnakes, etc., cars. That Sadie was lost. She came back 3 weeks later, just sitting on the doorstep, just happy as a pig and shit. Hi guys, where you been? We're like, where have you been, dude? What kind of adventures have you been on? And when she passed, we planted a tree in our backyard. We call it the Sadie tree, which the new neighbors who bought the house leveled for a pool. I got certain things that I want to say to those neighbors, but he used to play for the Chargers, so I'll say that shit over the phone. We're not gonna have the conversation in person. But as far as feelings of contentment, I get that, and that's just plain normalcy, right? Hopefully you would hope for better than content. Content is I mean, that's, if you're hoping for content, you're in a bad spot.
very proud of it, and it was written. It's probably my favorite song that I've ever written, but I'm very proud of it, and I'm actually glad that this was inside of me, because when it was written, I was just kind of like, wow.
I do pause.
That piece of me existed, so thank you.
Hopefully you know that before you wanted me to do this.
All my life, been running from pain in me, a feeling I don't understand, but it's holding me down. So rain on me, underwater, all I heavy weight that I carry around. 'Cause you see today, I don't have to fall apart, and I don't have to be afraid, and I don't have to let the damage consume me, and my shadow see through me. 'Cause fear in itself can reel you in and spit you out over and over again. Believe in yourself and you will walk. And now fear in itself will use you all, and it breaks you down like you were never enough. Yeah, I used to fall, but now I get back up.
Wow. He's got a soul touching voice. It's very unique. He's not singing from here. He's singing from here, and you can feel that. And he said that this song was the most important to him. He wrote this from his own experience. This song already, this is and you could tell he's very passionate about it because he's emoting that through his song. You could feel that with music. You can feel when the artist wrote, there's different ways of writing things. There's writing things for others, like, oh, this is going to be a banger. I'm going to put this out. People are going to love this because it's got a catchy hook, or it's got a good beat to it, or it's easy to remember. Or I'm going to write this for myself, for my own experiences. I don't really give a fuck if anybody listens, right? What he's talking about is, you could tell he's dealt with issues, depression, anxiety, could be substances, but he's looking at fear as an obstacle, and it's basically an anthem for, there's hope in his message, in that you can overcome. But, and I can relate to this. I'll explain why. But you can overcome. It's a choice. It's a choice to get back up. You choose to make each day, whatever you want. If you want to sort of succumb to and or let your fears and your depressions and whatever consume you, and we'll just call that a bad day and chalk it up, right? And maybe the next day will be better. All you can do is make that decision, and that's the best way to get out of bed. Is today's going to be a good day? And it sounds really stupid, and it sounds really simple. Just, oh, it's easier said than done, Zach. Sure, I can relate to that. And I don't know what he's speaking from, but for myself personally, like, so what was it? What day is today? Like a week ago was my year sober, right? Like a year ago today, I was probably still in the hospital, like being told I was going to die. So I get that. I get having things in distractions sort of front and center that cause you to sort of sway that decision that you made in the morning. Like, all right, fuck it, I'm done with today. Let's move on to the next, I get that, but I'm sorry for my tangent, but I can relate to this for sure. And it's, he's got a unique tone though. It's, but I feel like I'd like to hear him on other stuff though. Cause I feel like this, like I said, is from here, and he might sound different in other songs that maybe meant less to him, because he said that this was the most important song he ever wrote. And yeah, no, it's a great message to your daughter. There's no better way to teach or instill life lessons than with your own vulnerability. Yes, you do need to be your superhero for a kid. That's what you feel that. But they need to see that you're breakable, because they need to know how to get past that as well. And I'm not a parent. I'm just saying that's important to see as well. Is that all right? Well, shit, Dad's Superman and I'm not, so I can't live up to that. No, they need to see a equal balance of getting back up again.
No. I'm up here, I'm looking at the way down there, and I'm staring through the I don't care, and it's staring back at me.
See, I'm sorry, that's a powerful line. I'm staring at the I don't care. It's a phrase. I don't care. And it's staring back at me, right? And that's where the decision comes. That's your fork in the road. That's when you decide to take one road, the other road. Do I allow that to consume my thoughts right now? Right? The I don't care, because that's the easy way out. I don't care. Whatever. I'll be all right in the morning. We'll try tomorrow. Or do I fight back? You know, I do care. That's the decision.
Care, and it's staring back at me. You see, the beauty is I'm learning how to face my beast. I'm starting now to find some peace and set myself free. But you see, today I don't have to fall apart, and I don't have to be afraid, and I don't have to let the damage consume me, or the shadows see through me, 'cause fear in itself can reel you in and spit you out over again. Believe in yourself and you will walk. And now fear in itself will use you all and break you down like you were never enough. Listen, I used to fall, but now I get back up. See, 'cause I'm moving on, oh God, just move on, see today.
This is a great example of like less is more. You don't need theatrics for a great song. If you have a message that's from the heart, and you can feel that. That's something that people feel and they align with, right? I mean, he's not doing anything crazy at all on the guitar. It's, you know, it's basically just putting your soul out there lyrically, and something that's where the magic in music happens, through just emoting like from your heart, like I said. But it's, yeah, I mean, there's different ways to tackle, like I said, there's songs that you do for others, or songs that you do for yourself. This is obviously done for himself. However, in doing so, I can see this being very relevant to others, just because, and I'm assuming this is a very popular song of theirs because people can relate. And there's nothing better than in music than a sense of real and vulnerability. You know, we see these artists that we're never gonna meet, really, that we don't know what goes on day to day, and most people, the average person, just assumes, you know, rock star lifestyle. You know, whatever he's into is his parties and his groupies and his, whatever, drugs, alcohol, just fun, whatever. No, they're just like me and you. They just chose a different profession, right? Same demons, same, wake up the same way, put their pants on the same way, struggle the same way. So it's soul felt music is it's a tough thing to wake up to, that's for sure. But no, it's beautiful, and it's sad, but it's also hopeful, in the sense that there is hope elements in what he's doing here. Because I think dumbed down, it's basically just, you fucked around yesterday. You got a choice today.
I don't have to fall apart, and I don't have to be afraid. So I get back up, then I get up, and nothing will break me down. Yeah, fear, oh, fear. Oh. And now fear in itself can use you up, and it breaks you down like you're never enough. And I used to fall, so now I breathe.
See, that's what we call it, is a moment when, I mean, he didn't give a fuck if his voice cracked, if that's when the song overtakes you. And again, that's the beauty in soulful music that's from the heart, right? Is when you feel what you're doing so intimately that you get a moment like that, right? He's at that point, he's yelling. That's the significance, or I guess the metaphor there is just a screaming cry for help, and exhaustion and overcoming, because then he dumbs it down. So that's a moment where you're at your lowest highest point in recognition of what's going on, and all you can do is scream. And if people listen, great. It's you that needs to listen. So slow it down, bring it back down, and that's a powerful moment in the song right there. I haven't heard any. This is the acoustic version. I haven't seen a video. I don't know the original, whatever. I'd be interested to know where he goes with that, if it's like that, or if that was just sort of a moment special to this setting.
So now I breathe, and I ask for more. And if I'm bitter still, ask him to help me carry on. Thank you very much.
No, that's beautiful. I think that can apply in more. His direction with that was, and I don't know what his struggles were, but he had some, for sure. And his direction with that was mostly, yeah. I mean, like I said, that in seeing what that song means to him, it makes it mean something to you. And I feel like regardless of what anybody's struggling through, it could be that you're a kid and you're embarrassed to go to soccer practice because you're not the best out there. Or it could be you're an adult and you're getting over substance abuse or a relationship or whatever it is. Fear is the object that's your speed bump, right? and we all have fears. What the fear represents is irrelevant, really, to the words that he was saying. It's more so it's more so just speaking to how to overcome that. And in this sense, and in any sense, really, it's just making a decision. That, I'm going to wake up. Today's going to be a little different. And you can start with little things, right? Little patterns that are changed. We'll use the soccer reference. Instead of standing on the sidelines, I'm going to get out there. If I get knocked down or fall down, I'll stand right back up and I'll knock somebody else down. How about that? If coach tries to pull me out, I'm going to stay in. If people make fun of me for something, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to do it better. So it's deciding, and that's obviously a very childish sort of reference. I'm just, metaphorically speaking, I'm just using that, as an analogy for the purposes of what this is about, which is obviously deeper, and more sort of dangerously self-consuming, I would say. No, it's a great song. I definitely appreciate the rec, and I know that because I've lived it. So it's it hits home or strikes a chord with me. I get it for sure. But ultimately, it's if you don't have the strength within yourself to find help or to do something alone, I was going to say, then find help, because there is. It's crazy the amount of support you can find if you look and you're open to it, which is the most important thing. Most people shut down from that and want to tackle things on their own for pride. It could be just I don't want anybody to know that I'm dealing with this, so I'll just I'll put on my happy face and go about my life. But no, I mean, mental health it's a real thing, and people are usually pretty understanding. So if anybody, by the way, if anybody watching needs to talk to anybody, I'm no therapist, but I'm happy to chat. I'm happy to be a friend. My links are down below. I'm easy to get a hold of. But no, it's I do appreciate the rec. Now send me something goofy that'll wake me up and not make me sad. I'm just kidding. No, that was good. That was beautiful. I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna get comments like, "I can't believe you haven't heard of this." I bet you. And I'm gonna be like, "I'm sorry. I can't listen to everything." But no, thank you very much for the dono again. Appreciated. Never expected. But yeah, no, make it a great week, and go support Blue October, and like if you like, please comment if you would like, and we'll catch you on the next.